What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Call of Duty Modern Warfare video. Today we're going to be talking about how to make any class overpowered. If you guys want some best tips for your class setups, you've definitely come to the right video. Now we're going to be talking about certain weapons, certain attachments you got to use, certain perks you got to start using, and field orders, and how to play with certain weapons in order to kill all the enemies a lot faster than they could kill you. Now this game has a lot of people camping. This is probably the one COD that has the most campers I've ever seen. And I'm going to tell you guys some tricks and stuff to get away from them, to do better than those people sitting in the corner getting 5 kills in an entire match. I don't know how some people find joy in that, but there's some people who end every single game with 5 kills and they're happy with their playstyle. But don't worry, guys, I'm going to show you how you could actually rush in this game and still do good. Even though this game isn't meant for rushing, this game is literally meant for every single person to have a 1 KD, just so it's fair for everyone. But yeah, we're going to get into the tips, guys. If you could do me a huge favor and drop a like on this video, literally takes 1 millisecond. Let's go for, I don't know, 2,108 likes on this video. If we could hit that, that would be amazing. And if you guys could subscribe to the channel if you're new around here with those notifications turned on as well, that would be super cool. We're nearing 500,000 subscribers, and I want to thank every single one of you who has subscribed to the channel in the past and who does support me. So let's get into the how to make overpowered classes if you guys want to make them yourself. So the weapon balancing in this game at the moment is very far from perfect. It's not good whatsoever. Let's be honest about that. You have your OP weapons, and then you have all the other ones who just do not compare to the OP weapons whatsoever. And when I'm talking about OP weapons, I'm talking about the ones that you always see on the kill feed. That's like the M4A1, which beats most weapons up close, up far. This thing is literally a sniper at far range. It just lasers people, and then at close range, it beats most of the SMGs. And then you got like the Kilo, which isn't as good as the M4A1, but it's a lot better than all the other weapons in the game as well. The Kilo 141 is another weapon I always suggest that people start using. So for right now, ARs are the weapons you want to be using. They're the weapons of choice. They're the weapons every single person is using, but there's also some other OP weapons in the SMG category that I would really tell you guys to use, and you guys really got to you got to use those to their advantage. Right now the game is far from balanced, so you got to start using those weapons that are more OP. Yes, it does actually annoy some people that there are OP weapons in this game, like the 725 shotgun, and they will definitely be nerfed sometime in the next few weeks. I'm pretty sure of that, but for right now they're the best weapons. If you want to actually try hard and go good and start sweating like crazy, these are the weapons you got to use. So definitely go ahead and make classes with those. But how could you actually make these classes better? What if you don't want to use those weapons? What if you've used them enough and you're bored of them and you want to change? Well, we're going to get into the actual class options for this. So you got to use these weapons as they're still OP, guys, before they nerf them. But like I said, if you want to use anything else, go for it. So a good example is the MP5. The MP5 is very good at close range, probably one of the best weapons at close range, unless you're going up against a shotgun, because those things are literal lasers. I don't understand those things. But yeah, the MP5 is actually very good at long range. It's not amazing at long range, but it's very good at long range. You could take out people using the M4A1 at long range, which you guys will probably see a few examples in the gameplay in the background here, where I use that weapon and just go off with it. So yeah, let's talk about the class setups, the best perks and field upgrades you guys got to use, and the best attachments for certain weapon classes. And when I mean weapon classes, I'm talking about categories like SMGs, ARs, LMGs, stuff like that. So the weapons that you want to use, the attachments that you want to use on these weapons, are anything that controls your recoil, because the recoil in this game is far from perfect. The recoil is super strong in this game. So if you have a class without any attachments, you're going to notice getting those long shots are kind of hard, because the recoil, your gun just bounces everywhere. So you definitely want to put attachments on that help with your recoil. You also want to put attachments on that help with your ADS speed. Those are probably the two most important attachments you guys want to put on the game. Anything that helps you aim down sights faster, and anything that helps with recoil. These will make a lot of the bad guns in the game a lot better. If there's any attachments that also make the damage a lot better, go ahead and throw those on as well. Now, if there is one negative to attachments, and the one that I really don't care about if it is negative, is the movement speed. Let's say you have a weapon and you have all these great attachments on it, but it makes your movement speed while ADSing a lot slower. Go ahead and throw it on. It doesn't really matter. By the time you aim down sights at someone and start shooting them, most guns kill in less than 0.50 milliseconds in this game, so moving doesn't really help whatsoever. You could be moving and you'll still be shredded like crazy. So don't worry about that, guys. Anything that does actually lower the movement speed is not as important as you think it is. Now, if you want to use a weapon that gives you amazing positive attachments but takes away some negatives, go ahead and do it. If the negatives outweigh the positives, it's really good. So you kill super fast in this game. The movement speed, guys, it's really not necessary. Now, if you do have attachments that make your ADS speed a lot slower, I'd suggest changing those right away. If you have attachments that make your damage range a lot weaker, I suggest getting rid of those as well. Even if it has amazing positives, they're just not worth using. Let's say you see someone at long range, your gun is going to be a lot weaker at that range just because you want an attachment that helps you with, I don't know, let's say ADS speed, for example. It's just not worth it. So make sure you're using the attachments that don't really screw up your weapon and stuff like that. You want to get those long range shots. You want to get everything, so make sure to run those. Now, the field upgrades, there's only 2 field upgrades that I personally recommend using in this game, and the one is going to be stopping power, and then the next one is going to be dead silence. And it's not in that order. Actually, I say dead silence is probably the most important one, because this game has, like, it's insane. It just makes no sense how loud the footsteps are, and the last thing you want is to be heard like an elephant across the map. Now, the cool thing about dead silence is that once you get a kill, it reloads the whole thing as if you just activated it, which I think is actually really good. They did actually fix that, and I think it's a lot better. So use dead silence. You're still heard. Your footsteps are still loud, so it's not even dead silence. It's just, I would just call it silent-er or whatever, but go ahead and use it, man. If you're not using it, you're playing the game wrong. It doesn't matter if someone is listening through their TV, if someone is listening through Apple AirPods or something, or the cheapest $5 earphones you could find, you're still going to hear people's footsteps no matter what. This game, they boosted those footsteps like crazy, so go ahead and use it. And now stopping power makes those bullets a lot stronger, not for a very long time, and it is very slow to earn stopping power, but once you get it, you're going to be dropping people like crazy. Like, no matter what weapon you're using, it makes it so much stronger. Now, for the actual last perk, or second to last perk that I recommend using, is Scavenger. So if you're, well, I don't recommend using it if you're using like the M4A1 or Kilo. If you're using a non-popular weapon that you think no one else within that game is going to be using, run Scavenger. But if you're using like the M4A1 or the Kilo or anything like that, don't worry about it. You're going to automatically scavenge ammo from dead bodies of people running those weapons. So if you're using the M4A1, for example, and you kill some dude using the M4A1, you're easily going to go and pick up his ammo. You don't need Scavenger to actually get that. But if you're using the M4A1 and you kill someone using the MP5 and you don't have Scavenger, you're not going to get his ammo because it's not the same weapon. So if you're using the popular weapons, don't run Scavenger. If you aren't using the popular weapons, go ahead and run Scavenger. I run it, to be honest, no matter what, but that's just because I personally prefer that perk over everything else. And if you guys are playing this game, you need to have Ghost as well. Ghost is a super important perk in this game because there's a lot of UAV spamming, and you do not want to be seen on the map. You probably don't realize it, but a lot of your deaths, if you're not running Ghost, are because people know where you're at because they have a UAV up or they have a personal radar up, which I'll be honest with you guys, I don't understand how the personal radar works. Sometimes it pings people on the map and sometimes it doesn't, so I don't know what it really does. But yeah, go ahead and use Ghost, man. It keeps you away from that like crazy. Now, you also gotta play the way the weapon was made for. If you're playing with the M4A1, that's actually an exception. That you could play it like it's an SMG, it doesn't matter. But if you're playing with any other AR in the game and you're going and rushing like crazy and trying to get people at close range, you're using that AR wrong. You gotta use it more for long range. You gotta play the map the way the map was made as well. If the map has a bunch of head glitches, go ahead and utilize them. It doesn't matter, because if you don't, the enemies will. They'll head glitch you, they'll kill you, they'll drop you super fast, and that's another thing that you don't want happening to you. Now, I suggest to use SMGs. Personally, I know this game isn't made for SMGs. I know this game is made for ARs and stuff like that, but I would personally use SMGs in this game. That's what I love using, because you never know when you're going to get into those close quarter combats. You got to get those people as fast as possible. And one more thing that I'm going to say that is super overpowered and broken in this game, and I personally don't like it. Like, if I was one of the game developers and I had a meeting with these dudes, I would have told them never to put this in the game, at least not the way it is, and that is Claymores. But they're in the game, guys. Abuse the hell out of them, because I'm sure you guys are dying to Claymores so many times. Put them on every single one of your classes. It doesn't even matter. These are essentially free kills. Just pop it out a closed door, pop it out a hallway, do what you got to do, and you guys are going to see that your Claymores are going to get you a load of kills. They're just way too overpowered the way they are, and I honestly think they gotta like nerf the heck out of those things. They did give it a mini nerf, so if you guys ever see Claymores, you could throw a concussion at it and it'll stop the Claymore's effect for 3 seconds, so you could run by essentially. But I don't know, man, they gotta nerf it. Those things, the blast radius is way too big on those things. If you walk within 5 feet of that, you're dead. And I think it should only be restricted to where the laser is coming out. If the laser only comes out about a foot, I think that's when it should be activated, when you get that close, not when you're far away from it. But nonetheless, guys, if you did enjoy this video, like I said, if we could go for 2,108. I might have changed the number, but that's because I don't remember the original number. I said if you guys could drop that amount of likes, that would be amazing. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here. My name is Nick. Thank you guys for watching. If we could get close to 500k subscribers, that would be absolutely amazing. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.